Okay, guys, welcome to GTA 3 once more.
Talk about how difficult
We're gonna
it
do
is
a
to
little
get
bit of
in.
a different GTA 3 video where we talk about stuff. We're gonna talk about music today, specifically my Summer 2017 playlist. Now, if you want this playlist in your Spotify, I have it on Spotify. Oh, no! So much trying to. Okay. Now that has been situated. Oh, no, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with this. Ugh. Okay. Now you better stop chasing me, please. Now the triads are after me again. Okay. Let me wait a minute to talk about this. So, in this summer 2017 playlist, I really decided to experiment with other artists like Paramore, Linkin Park, those sort of things. And Paramore actually has gone into like my top 10 ever. They've been so good. But that's how the playlist starts off with my four, well, not four favorites, but four that I really like. Of course, starting off is Hard Times from their new album, After Laughter. That was how I, really got into them. Like, of course, I knew Misery Business and Ain't It Fun. Like, those I've always known. But once they came back, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get more into their music. And then, the second single off that album, Told You So, is on there as well, which I like better than Hard Times. It just reminds me more of the 80s than Hard Times does. And then I have Now, which is my all-time favorite Paramore song. And probably my favorite album is their self-titled. So, yeah, and then, again, another one off their self-titled, Future, which I believe is the closing track, which I just love how it gets all quiet. It's mainly an instrumental. There are lyrics in there from Haley, but it's very minimal. There's songs about 8 minutes long, and mainly it's a progression into a really good instrumental. So, yeah. Then next, of course, the whole inspiration for this playlist was Feels Like Summer by Weezer. It's their new song. I can vibe with it. I mean, I like the old stuff better, but I have decided to experiment with stuff like Everything's Alright in the End. Or Everything Will Be Alright in the End. I decided to put some songs on there from that album because I heard it was really good on like Gratitude, which I just decided to skip over. Sorry for people who are like the 3 people who defend that album. And then next I have Thunder. I don't know why that's there, but I have Thunder by Imagine Dragons, which is it's a hit song. But I've always liked Imagine Dragons. I've always liked what they put out, except I wasn't too fan of Smoke and Mirrors or their latest album. I thought it was okay. There are like 3 songs on it that I like. And then I have Endless Bummer by Weezer, which is off their latest album as well, the White Album, which is the closing act. I really like the acoustic guitars in this song. And I can only listen to it at certain times, though. I like listening to it at like night or early morning. So, let's go. Okay. Next is more Weezer. All Weezer, actually. Like I said, I decided to go into Everything Will Be Alright in the End. And Hurley, it looks like, yeah. And the first one is Ain't Got Nobody, which is the opener, which I really like. The Ain't Got Nobody. I really like that part of it. And then it just kicks in. And then next is Eulogy for a Rock Band, which I really like the guitars, like I really like that. And then there's Memories from Hurley, which is also by Weezer. This song was featured in Jackass. I can't remember which one. I want to say the third one, but there's a part of me that says it's probably another one. And then next are just a bunch from the Blue album, like Buddy Holly. Actually, no. Only Buddy Holly and My Name is Jonas, like the popular songs. Like I have Buddy Holly, Beverly Hills, Island in the Sun, and My Name is Jonas, which are all just fabulous. I think they're all great. Wait a minute. I have to take this. Hello? Yeah. Good. Yeah. Yeah, she was up in bed mostly. Yeah, that's
Lee, get off me. I'm gonna get
maybe more cereal. Like one box of cereal. Okay. Alright. Bye-bye. Okay. Bye. Okay. Okay. Let's scroll down here. Okay, there's some mix here. Okay, so first we have, well, some more Weezer. Undone and In the Garage. In the Garage is probably my favorite on the Blue album, by far. I just like the do 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 do. Ooh, okay. All right, so next is Everybody. Everybody and Black Spider-Man by Logic. I really liked his new album. Those are probably my two favorites, even though I'm pretty sure they were both singles. I know Black Spider-Man was definitely one, but I really like to vibe with those songs. They just have like a little bit of like a gospel inspiration, which I just really shouldn't be paying attention, especially on freaking Shoreside Vale. Anyway, next is some Linkin Park from their new album. The three songs that I really like, the other ones that I don't really like. But these are the three that I took from the album. Oh, Christ. Okay, well, anyway. Yeah, it's Battle Symphony, Heavy, and Sorry for Now. Battle Symphony is probably my favorite on the album, and most of them is their least favorites because they don't really think it's a symphony. Like, you know, a battle anthem. But I don't really look at it like that way. I just think of it as like a catchy tune. I just think it's catchy. And that's the same way with Heavy. I really think it's a catchy little tune. And it's a pop song first, and I'm trying to work on a cover for it. I don't know. It'll probably sound like trash. Next is Sorry for Now, which I really like because it has some use of guitars in it, which is good for, especially for this album, which is a mainstream pop album. It's nice to hear some guitars on that track. And there's like a little bit of a mini solo type thing towards the end, which I like. Okay. Next I have Believer by Imagine Dragons, which everyone knows about that song by now. I mean, once you hear those opening drums come in, you know it's a good song. So then next, I have LA Girls by Weezer off their White Album. That's definitely my favorite off the album, even though I don't really know the words to it. It's definitely my favorite. Next, I have Demons from Imagine Dragons' Night Visions album, which I really like. And it just gets me pumped. That's why I like it. Then next I have Gold by Imagine Dragons. by from the Smoke and Mirrors album. That's probably one of the only ones I like. I think it's probably my favorite of like the 3 I like. And then there's the One Republic's new song, No Vacancy, which gets stuck in my head all the time. And it's worse because I got the song when it first came out, because I've been a One Republic fan for a while. And I'm like, ooh, they got a new song, and it was very mainstream, and I could tell it was going to get on the radio, which is really annoying to me, because, you know, it's stuck in my head all the freaking time. And then next I have Counting Stars by One Republic. This is off their kind of, like, they kind of go for, like, a trend every album. This one's kind of, like, the No Vacancy one is kind of like, you know, like a pop thing. It's emulating what's popular at the time, and Counting Stars kind of emulates like the Imagine Dragons style everyone was doing once Night Visions became so freaking successful. It got nominated for a Grammy that year. And now I kind of get to some other songs that I decided to go back to from last year. Like some songs I decided to go back to, like Stressed Out, Heathens, Car Radio. It's pretty much some 21 Pilots I decided to go back to for a minute. To listen to, because I like the band. It's just they haven't really been releasing anything new, so I haven't really been paying too much attention to them. But I feel like this is the year for new 21 Pilots, so I decided to start listening to them more and trying to like form an opinion on what my favorite album is and all that stuff. So yeah, and then I have That's What I Like by Bruno Mars. It's mainly for like when I play this playlist at parties, or not parties, but like gatherings. They asked me to put on my music, or, you know, it's just a popular song that everyone likes and can vibe with. Pilots. Okay, we're getting into some other songs here. Alright, we have Closer and Roses by the Chainsmokers, which are the two of the 3 songs that I like by the Chainsmokers. The rest I think they're just pop garbage. And then I have, oh yeah, Paris, that's the other one I like. So the 3 Chainsmokers, Paris, Closer, and Roses. That's the 3 I like. And then there's Sign of the Times by Harry Styles, which I love his debut album. I thought it was really good. For like being Harry Styles, you wouldn't really expect something like that from a One Direction band member. But at the same time, I kind of did from him, because he's the one that, like, was the rock star of the group to me. Like, the one that I would feel have a good solo career, and he is having a good one. And then next is some Bastille. I have Pompeii, which is, like, their most popular one. It goes like, you know that song. And then I have some new off the new album, Wild World, which I do have to say, I like better than Bad Blood, just because there's just more songs I like from it, and it feels more like a complete album with like a not really a narrative, but like an overarching theme. Bad Blood just seemed to do what was popular at the time thing with the Imagine Dragons thing. It did sound a lot like Imagine Dragons. Those 3 bands, Imagine Dragons, One Republic, and Bastille, were both compared at that time, and they're now like in a group together. I wouldn't like, not like a super group, you know, they're grouped together, and like I wouldn't be surprised if they do a tour together at some time, because they are really similar, all 3 of them. Okay, next we got some old stuff. Well, not old, but like in music terms, I guess, whatever. We have LA Devotee by Panic! At the Disco, which I just love dancing to. I think it's a great song like that. Just dance around to, have a good time to, that type of song. And then next I have Vegas Lights, because another album I wanted to go back to was Too Weird to Live, Too Weird to Die. Because I remember my opinions being kind of overhyping, because I was going to do a concert for them, and now the album to me is just average. I think it's good, but there's definitely some songs I skip over. And then there's Girls, Girls, Boys, yeah, Miss Jackson, Miss Jackson, funny enough, I learned was produced by the same person who produced my songs Know What You Did in the Dark, and they're very similar. Like the beat and everything, kind of simple. It was very minimal in the instrumentation, but you know, it's pretty good. It still has live instrumentation, which thank God is still a thing. It probably won't be sooner or later, but you know. And then I have some stuff from American Beauty, American Psycho. I wanted to go back to it because I have both of the CDs, the remix and the normal one. And I've kind of been ignoring them, but now I've been listening to them more. I've also been trying to give a chance to make American Psycho again, especially that Jetpack Blues remix is probably the best one on there, because some of them are just pure garbage. Like the Immortals one is just terrible, because they turn it into like a nightclub. Well, not nightclub necessarily, but more like in the veins of you know, like a nighttime drive song. Instead, it's supposed to be like an upbeat Middle Eastern type thing. But yeah, I like that new Fall Out Boy. Well, latest at this point, I should be saying, because it's really new. And I'm still kind of mad at the new Fall Out Boy song, Young and Menace, which is just dog. So, and then I have, you know, Novocaine's probably the best song on that album. It's the only and favorite record. Yeah, the Uma Thurman remix is pretty good, but I've kind of liked Wiz Khalifa for a little bit. So, and then I have some old Fall Out Boy these. Yeah, I have Dead on Arrival, Saturday, Sugar We're Going Down, and Thriller. Thriller's gotta be one of my favorites by them. I just love the dun 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 dun. That has gotten stuck in my head all the time. And then I have to have Sugar We're Going Down. For a second, I had to ignore it. I had to be done with it for a minute because it was just getting too annoying hearing it, especially once my sister got into the song. It just got way too annoying for me, so I had to stop listening to it for a minute. Okay, so now we're getting into some of the Linkin Park that I like. One or two. Burn It Down, obviously, that's like a popular song by them. There. Where like the do-do-do-do-do. I don't think that one was in a Transformers movie. I want to say it's not. And then Wasteland from like their album before One More Light, The Hunting Party, which is probably my favorite album by them, just because I know more songs. Like, I like a lot of their music, but it's like select songs from each album, but like half of the Hunting Party I know pretty well. And then we have a cover of Coming Clean by Pierce the Veil, which I've been trying to get into Pierce the Veil for a while, and I've liked some of their songs, but right now I'm still a casual fan, so yeah, that kind of leads into my second song by them I have on here, which is King for a Day, which is like their biggest song, which I really enjoy and think is an enjoyable tune. Now I gotta go over there and look at that. Yes, GTA 3. One of my favorite games ever. Okay, next I have Shadow Moses by Bring Me the Horizon, which is my favorite song by them. I know, another one of their biggest songs, but Sempiternal is probably my favorite album. Name is Alex. Alex, it's in the name. It's in my channel's name. Okay, then I decided to go back to some Eminem because I've always loved Eminem, so I have Not Afraid, Rap God, and then Symphony Moment Infinite, which they just released on Spotify like I want to say a few months ago. Maybe last summer actually. Yeah, like the end of last summer. And then I have Black Skinhead, which is like one of the only songs I actually like. Which I think is a pretty good one. That. Okay, next I have a repeat there. Next I have yeah, this is like a hip hop thing I have going on here. So I have I Spy, Kyle, and Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty I just like to make fun of, to be honest. But Kyle and another song that's about to come up is very similar to this because it features Lil Yachty, and I actually like the other artists. Kyle I like because he's kind of like an a-hole in his lyrics, and I like the happy beats he puts on his songs all the time. And then I have DNA by Kendrick Lamar, which I like that album he made, Damn. I think it's a really good album. Or like mainstream hip hop has kind of been going downhill recently, and it's great to actually see some good hip hop. Okay. Especially in this day and age. And then I have Broccoli, which is the other song. It's by Dram, which I love Dram. You might see him in another song later. I'm not sure if I put that song on this playlist, but and it also features Lil Yachty, which I like to make fun of. But at least here it's at the beginning, so I can get it done and over with fairly quickly. And then there's Slipping Away, which is from a mobile game that I really like called Beat Racers. It's like the first level song, and I just think it's such a good song. And you should probably download the game, because the game as a whole has some really good techno, EDM style, like indie stuff, not like mainstream, like the freaking Chainsmokers do with their techno. It's actually good techno, kind of in the veins of old Skrillex and Deadmau5, but even more indie than that. It sounds really good to me. So if you like that sort of music, I would recommend downloading the app. Yeah, okay. So then I have some of the new Gorillaz, which is, I have Saturn's Bars, and I just flipped this freaking car. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Please don't give me a star. Okay, that didn't give me a star. Okay. So yeah, Saturn's Bars I have on here, which is a really good song off that album. And I feel it is it got me into, to expand into more, reggae-y stuff. I mean, Blurry Face, the new 21 Pilots, has a lot of reggae influences, but I've gotten into some Bob Marley. But, anyway, next is Moments, which is featuring De La Soul, and I've always liked De La Soul just by themselves, but the fact that now they're not really doing much of their own stuff. Please tell me the game didn't crash. Oh, the game crashed on me. Okay, give me a minute.